Hello everyone, my name is Jesus Trujillo and I will be discussing my self-propelled vehicle project for my engineering class here at Hartnell College. So here's my summary. This presentation is basically going to be about my self-propelled vehicle. I did it with a tape measure, for its engine. Self-propelled vehicle basically means that the vehicle is gonna propel itself. So, like a horse-drawn carriage wouldn't be a self-propelled vehicle because the vehicle is being drawn by a horse. But in this case, in my case, it's being powered by the tape measure built in the car. And here's my table of contents. My slides include the design phase, materials, the computer system design, my construction process, pictures, materials again, tests, overall performance, and my conclusion. My design phase, I looked over 3 main designs. I was familiar with the Master car because of my MESA class at Gonzales High. I was a little familiar with the balloon powered car. I've heard about it before, but I wanted to challenge myself and try something new. And I looked deeper into it and I found the tape measure powered car, and I thought it would make a good project, so I went ahead and did that. I thought it would be a great new experience for me to challenge myself. Here's a video of how the mechanism works. You basically wind up a string that's inside the tape measure, and once the tape measure sucks up the tape, it sucks up the string, essentially propelling the vehicle forward. And it's a great concept. I thought it was. Here's my CAD, my computer system design. It was fairly easy to design this vehicle. I didn't struggle with it. As you can see, the wheels, the tape measure there in the middle, that big bulge. Yeah, it's relatively straightforward. Not much to say about this. Here's a close-up version of the computer system design. My process for building the car, I had a board. I cut it into the proportions that I wanted it to be in. I had some straws lying around, and I cut those in order for them to hold the wheels, and I glued it onto the board. I ended up only using straws to hold the smaller wheels. I used eyelets to hold the bigger wheels, and in order to make the whole wheel and axle for the smaller wheels, I used some broken pencil parts and a toothpick that I put through the pencil parts in order to make gluing easier. I glued the other wheels to a stick, and everything was attached with super glue to the board. And my last step was to glue the tape measure to its corresponding spot on the board. I took out the tape measure, I cut out 1 inch, and there on the 1 inch mark, I glued the string, and I glued the other end of the string to the axle of the wheels and wound it up in order for the vehicle to move forward. Here's a close-up. Here's an image of what the final result looked like. Pretty simple. As you can see, there's a big tape measure right there, smack in the middle. My materials list, in case you want to go over it, maybe build your own tape measure powered car. It was relatively cheap. I had most of my materials lying around. It only cost a bit over $10. It wasn't that hard to build. My tests, what I found in my test, however, was that the vehicle was, the drawback that it had, that it would get stuck sometimes, but when it did it was very consistent, and it traveled a long distance at a constant speed, which was nice. However, the tape measure was very cheap, so it would sometimes get stuck, which would be my only drawback from this. Here's a video of it. Yeah, it runs and then it got stuck. Here's a video of it just zooming past the camera. Overall performance, these are my first 5 runs. They were a bit inconsistent since, once again, they were my first 5 runs. But still, it traveled a long distance, and these runs, they do take into consideration when the vehicle would get stuck. I didn't take them out, so those are the bottom 2 right there, the bottom 2 dots on the graph. In conclusion, the project, I would say it was a great success. It was a new experience, so I'm very proud of it. It actually turned out better than I thought it would. But if I were to do this again, I would maintain the same design but change some aspects of it, such as the wheels. The wheels were kind of small. I would choose bigger wheels, and I would probably buy some more expensive string that's smoother and a tape measure that ran better. So yeah,